going on, everybody? It's your boy Real back with another review, man. Yo, this is Yellowstone Season 1, Episode 6. You know what I hate about Yellowstone? Do you know what I really hate about Yellowstone? I hate how fucking good it is. This shit is it's unnatural how good of a show this is. And it pisses me off because I'm just deciding to watch it now. Like, it's been going on for years. Where the fuck have I been? Why has nobody? Just thank you to my Discord community, to my subscribers. Again, I just gotta thank y'all. Sometimes y'all just really nail it. Y'all just really hit it out the park. Other times y'all watch some bullshit, you know. But y'all good outweighs y'all bad. And let's get right into it. First off, this episode should have been called Hard Truths. Everybody was getting their shit off this episode. Like, there is some high level scheming, manipulating, shit talking. Whoa. First off, we got Kayce versus the bear. I said, boy, like father, like son. It's just his son goes up against a rattlesnake, and now Kayce is up against a goddamn grizzly bear. Now, let me tell you something about Kayce. By the time he notices a grizzly bear there, it's a little too late. Now, I'm not one of those, what's that? I'm not an animal professional. What the fuck they call those? A zoologist or some shit. I don't know a lot about a lot. But what I did learn was, and when it comes to bears, you ain't gonna outrun them. They come with crazy speed, and they'll fuck you up. And it was teaming up to be a real revenant moment for Kayce versus his bear. And Kayce decided he knew he couldn't run. See, my biology teacher told me a long time ago. He said, "Do y'all know the only way to survive a bear attack, like to escape from being a bear?" And we was like, "What? Like, what can you do?" He was like, "All you have to do is run faster than the other people that is with you, because he's gonna get somebody. The bear's gonna catch somebody. So just run faster than the next motherfucker." I said, "God damn." And I'm thinking that as I'm watching this episode. I was like, Kayce got nobody around. He can't outrun nobody. And he's screaming at the bear. And the bear's not going. Not phased. And I was curious, like, why is Kayce out there with no gun? This is the wild. Wolves and shit? I didn't understand. And the fact that when Kayce looked and saw that bear was not, like, going for none of his bullshit, this motherfucker said, "Sorry, son." Like, he just knew it was fucking over. I'm like, Kayce is a psycho. I would at least tried. No, you can't outrun him. I would have tried. Maybe tried to hit a tree or some shit. I don't know. His fucking horse left him, so he was ass out on that end. The horse was like, "Bruh, I'm gone. See that fucking bear? I'm out of here." And then here comes Rip to the rescue. Right? Shot the gun. Bear's gone. But then, a very curious... What I didn't understand, I guess I've never seen a relationship between Rip and Kayce. And this is their first time on screen, like, holding the conversation, I guess. And it just started off with, "Yeah, what the fuck you want? You want to do this?" You looking, and I was like, wait, what's happening? I was so very confused. I'm like, didn't Rip just save his life? Like, why is Kayce ready to throw hands? But him and Rip did just that. They threw hands, and Rip is a motherfucking force. But Kayce wasn't going. And he wasn't, and look, I was surprised. I thought Kayce would have caught that ass whooping, but I should have known better. I have it as a tie, but realistically, I think Rip won that. If we had to choose a winner, Rip won that fisticuffs. Gotta give it to him. But what that showed me was the relationship of a Rip and Kayce. They never fucked with each other. Rip was like, "Look, I'm sick of, like, covering up for you. You are a cancer to this family." It's so funny because everybody in the John wants Kayce back home. And Rip wants nothing to do with Kayce. He's like, "You're a cancer. You're a problem." And I was like, damn. He was like, "I'm sick of burying your shit." And he left that little folder and shit where he smoked his wife's brother. Like that was the final evidence, and so they just never fucked with each other. I was like, wow, cowboys get straight to it. When they have a disagreement, it's like, yeah, come on, set them up. So what I'm assuming is they've been fighting for years between each other. Has not been the first fight. They've done this a gajillion times, right? So I was like, okay. So that was a hard truth one. How about Jamie and Beth's political meeting? How terrific was that? Like he brought a aide in or a campaign manager, right? So the governor is like, here Jamie is a campaign manager. She worked with Obama, and she would just be great. And Jamie is like falling in love immediately. He's like, damn, she bad. It's gonna be my campaign manager. I can take that. I can roll with that. And immediately, Beth is looking as like, what does my whore look like? Can he be a 6'4" cowboy? I said, damn, Beth. That Beth is the greatest. And I was when she was destroying the meeting, like every time she would say her slick shit, I was like, why is Beth on the offense like this? Is it a Jamie related issue? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This is the governor that was smashing her father in the bedroom, in her mother's bed. That's right. Yes, I got it. Cause I just couldn't understand why Beth was going so hard. And the best part is when they send like when the governor's like, okay, Jamie, please give us a moment. I need to talk to Beth. And then she calls Beth on being childish, like my son when he did drugs. When the father died, he just stayed at the age he never progressed, and it's the same with you. You ain't progressed. You're still a child. Boom, boom, boom. And it looked like she was stabbing Beth with these words. I was like, damn, is she actually getting one up on Beth? Is she actually cracking her? Because the governor was going in, hitting her. Boom, you a child. Boom, trauma. You got real life issues. You should talk to somebody. Almost speaking her life to Beth, like just reading her like a book. And I was like, damn. And Beth's face was just like, I'm like, damn, is Beth hurt? I didn't know you could cut the devil. I said, damn, the governor might got some go. She ain't soft. And at the same time, why would I doubt Beth? Why would I doubt Beth? Why for a second would I think that she has a heart that you could fucking attack or feel like you could, you know what I'm saying? Like you could hurt. Beth soaked that up and was like, check this out. You don't know me, bitch. You fuck my father. If you do it in a hotel room. You come back home. I destroy people for a living. I enjoy it. I will take all my resources and come after you. I will bring it all down. Do you understand me? She was so dead ass. And she was so calm. And then when she's marching out, she says, and by the way, your son is a pussy. Just so you know that. All right? Your son's a pussy. And I'm out. And dipped. I said, oh my God. Beth is, oh, there's nobody, like, I just don't know. Beth is next level evil. And that scene I damn near had goosebumps. I ain't gonna lie, the show gives me goosebumps at times. It's just masterful. Masterful acting. And just the fact that she allowed her face to look like the governor was hurting her. She manipulated that. She was just putting on the sad girl face like she was preparing to cry when all the while she was mocking her, allowing her to think that she was getting her shit off when she was just here to tell you, I'll fucking end you. Professionally, of course. It's nothing to me. This is what I do. So please do your Carfax. Find out who the fuck you talking to. Beth out, bitch. Deuces. And took off. Now here comes Jamie in for his conversation. Why is it now when Jamie comes in and they working over the numbers and everything, Jamie's like finding out the next steps because he's too excited. He's on cloud nine He's finally getting to run for office like he always wanted. This is what he's been lining up for. His dreams are coming true to a small extent, but he'll take it. Jamie's fucking pumped, and she tells she breaks it down like, but a 36-year-old single man, is not looking good. We got to work on that. It looks like you hitting it off with the campaign man, and he's like, no, it's you know, she was like, but yes, that would be great if y'all did that. It seems like it's happening naturally. So why don't you just go ahead and fuck her, be with her, you know what I'm saying, and this will work out. And I'll say, yo, politics is that felt real. That conversation felt real. Like, what I never understood is why can't you be single and run for office? I would vote for that. What was that movie when the president was single as hell? He just had his daughter. I think that was damn, was that a movie with Michael? Damn, what's his name? Really great actor. The dude that played in shit, Wall Street. What was the actor in Wall Street? I could have sworn it was him, or I don't know. There's so many president movies. But one of the movies is there was a single president, right? And they was like, look, you're not gonna win. You gotta get you a wife. You gotta do this. And he was just dating. I'm like, why do they have to be married? Why? I would vote for a single president. I would vote for a single governor. Motherfucker out here just getting it. You get my vote. I'm gonna live vicariously through you. See the governor or the president going out on dates, like, hey, what's going on? Who wouldn't want to see their president out on the town dating? But I guess there's that whole family values. You ain't gonna give votes. You're trying to appeal to families, and I don't know, being married is some type of, I don't know. But yeah, so she was like, look, Jamie, you need to go ahead and figure this out. Get with this chick. And then that's when he learns that his father had cancer. And he was like, wait, what? She was like, yeah, with your father's health and him having that cancer. He was like, fuck this, I'm gone. And he jetted out of there. I said, damn, this bitch is spilling the beans. Like, he done kept this secret for so long. John Dutton been trying to wrap this up. It was so funny to see Beth and Jamie outside waiting on him to pull up. And when John pulls up and sees them two, he let the window down. He was like, yeah, can I help y'all? And he's like, yeah, get out the car. We need to talk to you. And he just rolls the window up. And he's like, I can't deal with this. I don't want to. And he don't even know what it is. He knows his kid's about to harass him. He's already been having a rough day. John is me. That is my spirit animal. Sometimes when I pull up to the crib and I know them kids is in there waiting, I just be like, I just want to sit in here in this peace. Like, that's some real dad shit. It's like, these fucking two. And then the two that it is, when them two, he knew when a Jamie Beth combo, these two who are like oil and water, when they both have found one thing that they could agree on, he knows he's in for it. He knows that it's about to be some bullshit. Oh my God. Beth and Jamie together? Fuck me. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. And he calls his boy up like, yeah, you free? I'm going to need some, I'm going to need to kick it. I'm going to need to relax. Like, yeah, I got you. He's like, all right, okay. And he like works himself up to deal with these two. And then he's like, he's like, what you want to talk about? He's like, let's talk about cancer. He's like, yeah, what about cancer? And he just lets him know, like, hey, I had it. It's gone. I'm good. But then he immediately turns to Beth and was like, I need to fucking talk to you. And then she was like, that's the only person Beth fears on planet Earth. And that's her dad. Because she went from tough and screaming on him, how dare you not let us know about this? And then when he's like, I need to fucking talk to you. Bring your ass in this house. I felt that. I was like, oh, shit, Beth, you in trouble. And she knew it, too. She was looking back at Jamie like, could you help? Jamie's like, shit. Go ahead and have that. Goes in there and basically tells her it don't matter who I'm fucking. All right, I expect And then when he said, I'm gonna tell you the truth because you're the only kid that can take it. Fucking nut up, you soft as hell, get tougher, cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you lost your privilege to talk about your mama years ago. So I don't want to hear no more about your mama. You lost that. And I said, God damn. John, that shit hurt. That shit was tough. I ain't gonna lie. That was some rough words to tell a motherfucker in the kitchen, knowing what she go through. And John don't give a fuck. John could care less. But what he does have is his grandson there. You know what I'm saying? They got their donuts in the morning. And we see that Kayce's wife keeps pressing him about moving into this house. Like, I'm just saying. And then he keep telling them, like, look, I think that our kid should be there. Like, why should we hold back all the possibilities, the good things for our son? Because, you know what I'm saying, you hate your father. She didn't understand where that hate came from, which was led to another terrific scene. When she's like, why does Kayce hate you? And she just looks at John and was like, why does he hate you? And he's like, that's a story for another day. And she's like, no, let's have that shit right now. Like, we got time. Like, run it past me. When he looks at her and tells her he went and got some girl he barely knew pregnant, I told him, get that abortion. Kill that baby. All right? That baby got to go. And since then, he ran off and got married, and that was it. And obviously, she is that girl. So it's John. He will tell you the truth. John is the most honest motherfucker. And he loves his grandson. And when he was in that room with the donut, I know that, I don't know if it's old age, but it was getting to him where he was like, I was so wrong. Why? Like, I'm so glad that Kayce had this little boy. I'm so glad to have this grandson. And I could have fucked this whole thing had he listened to me. And that was a moment, like, that was the only time of John where I felt his weakness was in that kitchen when he was ready to break down looking at his grandson. Because, you know, the older you get, you're going to lose a few steps. But John seems to be a man built on making the right decision. And if not, if he makes a wrong decision, fixing it and making it work. So either way, he's right. And what he says should be law. And things should be ran the John Dutton way. And when he has one rebellious son that challenges him on that, fucking leaves to have his son born, it's like it all hit him at once. How fucking wrong he was. How glad he is to have this grandson in his life. And now the mission of fixing this is going to be a rough one. But salute to Kayce's wife for being like, not popping off, not taking it personally, and just was like, even though she wanted to cry, she was just like, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. And now I got a better understanding. And she was asking about the branding. And he was like, yeah, nope, I branded him myself. That was me who did that. And all that conversation, she knew right then and there, yep, this is why Kayce hates him. But now she's got more ammo. If she wants to look past it, if she wants to say, hey, your father was a piece of shit, but he loves his grandson, and we should provide our son with the best that we got. So that was a hard truth, John Dutton, the Kayce's wife. And I was just like, every scene is just almost mind-blowing how fucking good it is. And you don't know where it's going to turn. I didn't know that. I thought Kayce just didn't like his father because his father's a dick. An asshole, do it my way or no way. Or you got to go. Which it was kind of like that. But I didn't know to the severity. I didn't know it had his son. This grandson he's so in love with. You just don't see. And it was just like, wow. This show is so fucking good. Like, it's upsetting. I'm so mad. And let's split for a moment to talk about John Dutton's enemies now. And it seems like the governor might not be 100% on board with John. Sure, she's fucking him, but she thinks that the cancer and him getting up there in age is having to make bad decisions. She doesn't like the Beth decision. I don't know if that's not a personal thing because Beth does seem like a hothead. She does seem immature. Why am I saying seems? She is these things. But in a professional setting, she's very professional. And I think she can act as a politician, no problem. But she is now thinking of maybe having somebody run opposed to them and not just handing over Beth or maybe even Jamie the keys. So they are scheming to maybe get somebody else up in there. Meanwhile, Dan Jenkins then pulled out a ringer who was setting up a way to attack John. And she comes up with a brilliant plan. She said, with a man like John, and she fine as hell, by the way. I just figured I'd throw that out there. And she was saying, like, with a man like John, you can't just attack him right out the gate. You're going to lose. But we can do 1,000 little things, kill him with 1,000 cuts, a bunch of irritating shit to where he's got to put out a bunch of tiny fires till one opens up and he slips, and then we got him. Meanwhile, Chief Thomas is there overhearing this, comes in and makes Dan Jenkins a hell of a deal. Now, we can see by her face, she's like, wait a minute, don't agree. Oh, hold on, don't do that. Like, the person that Dan got for the information that made this beautiful plan, here comes Chief Thomas talking about, look, we'll do this land. I'll give you a percentage of the casino, and he can't touch this. We could take him down this way. We get this. And Dan is like, oh, yeah, how you going to do the money? Oh, no, we're talking business. Come on, talk to me. We got this. Meanwhile, she's like, look, I need to vet him. You can't just be agreeing to some motherfucker that just popped up with a plan and you just shook his hand. Like, and Dan, you could tell he's bound to fail because he looked and said, hey, look, nobody hates John Dutton more than Chief Thomas. So I can trust that it's going to work out very well. That's his biggest enemy. So he wants the same thing. And though he might be true, how do you know you didn't insulate yourself from getting fucked between these two men warring? You might be out of there. And she's trying to let him know, like, wait a second, let me do my due diligence. But he didn't. So Chief Thomas looked like he was making a step further toward John. I don't know about Dan Jenkins. It looked, from the outside looking in, it don't look like it's going to work out well. But then, let's talk about Monica. They was just talking about how she should go to another school. Monica shows up and tries to break up a fight between two giant-ass kids, which is never a good idea when you weigh 83 pounds and these boys were, like, huge. And that's real. Because when my son was in 8th grade, all his friends taller than me, giants. I was like, what the fuck was y'all eating? What's in the chicken? So kids are huge. They are big. And she took a nasty right hook, laid out, and her son was out there, trying to wake up, and it looked scary. Then we see Kayce and John taking that ride together, and John trying to tell him, like, look at what happens at these schools. You need to be here. You need to bring your family here. Kayce ain't trying to hear that shit. He's focused on his wife. Pops out, she's good, but not too good. Because when they outside, she comes out and she faints. It looked bad. So she's back in the hospital, and shit is getting scary. And that's why I was like, this show is crazy. If Monica dies, I was just like, where does Kayce go then? This is just, I don't know. They got to cut a brain open. I'm like, this show is just drama-filled. It doesn't have no chill. It's just 98 miles an hour fully. Holy shit. And I just don't know. I don't know. But we see that Kayce and his son is the same. They are exact replicas of each other. But, wow. This show is just too fucking good. So, yes. Sorry this took forever, but I'm coming. All right, I'm coming with the content. I'm playing catch up. But with that, protect your health, yourself, your wealth, man. Your boy Rel is out of here. Peace.
Yo, I know I don't need no introduction, but y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Hollywood Rail, and I appreciate you for sliding through and watching these videos. But you know what I need from you? All right, if you ain't already, I need you to like this and subscribe this, man. We at 1,000 trying to get to 2, all right? Push it for your boy. Get them algorithms up. So when it come to that subscribe button,